Welcome to the Three Moons, Three Souls podcast with host Jacqueline Burke. On today's special feature, we are interviewing goddesses of the moon market vendor, Cara from Fernberry Collective.
Welcome to the podcast, Cara. How are you today?
Wonderful. How are you?
Oh, good, good. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. Today on the podcast, we're going to talk to you about markets.
Wonderful.
We have some lag time here, so we're just going to make do with how this rolls because there is some air quality and there's some funky stuff in the atmosphere, and let's just say we're going to chalk it up to that. So,
Okay, sounds good.
um, what encouraged you to join a market?
Well, I had met Kelly from Psychic Soul in Medicine Hat, and I think it was the second time I went to see her, and it was just so encouraging. And she said, let's work together. You can come here and share your services. I can come there and share my services. We need to lift each other up. And I thought, wow, you're speaking my language. So, and I am very new to markets. I've only been to Swift Current. So when I saw that she was going to your market, I thought this has got to be fantastic. Um, the main reason is just that sense of growing my community and being part of that bigger community. So that's what got me out the door. I think all of us hesitate with getting out the door because we don't know if we're going to see our people. But the only way that we can find our tribe is by just holding your breath and getting out there.
Absolutely, I agree wholeheartedly with you. It's important to step outside the box and see what's out there. It could be something beautiful that, someone's missing out on and you don't want to do that. So that's good. I'm glad you did. I'm glad you went to the market and met up with Kelly, and yeah, she's a wonderful person.
It sure is.
Yeah. What was your favorite part about being a vendor at a market?
The opportunity for people to get to know who I am. So it's one thing to try to figure out Canva, put in a big order to Vistaprint,
Yeah.
and have this beautiful glossy photo of this is who I am and this is what I offer. But really, you need to make the connection to build relationships. So the market gave me that opportunity that I can say, this is who I am. You know what? Give this a little try.
Yeah.
I'll, what I did was I offered my services for sit down and see if this works for you or not. I think when we're offering a different type of service, people might hesitate thinking, well, I'm not sure about that. Or they might have a completely different idea about what it all entails. So that opportunity, um, it felt great for me, but
Yeah.
I know it felt great for the people that got up on my table as well.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to the next market. Once you experience it the first time and go home and, not relive it, but just kind of say, okay, so what worked and what didn't work?
Yeah.
Then you get a chance to go and try again
Yeah.
and maybe put a different spin on it. And then okay, this is where my information is getting out to different communities, and this is where it isn't. So it really gives us a chance to um, try, adjust, and try again.
Yeah.
Meet more people.
That's perfect. So can you tell us what it is that you do, what your business is called, and what services you provide?
So my business is called the Fernberry Collective. So when I was trying to find a name, I chose Fernberry because I live in a little house surrounded by gardens.
On.
And the favorite parts of my garden is ferns and berries.
Oh,
And it hit. That name felt like, yeah, that, that's me. The reason I have collective is because I want to build that community, that collective of other healers, um, other women, that we could all work together, offer workshops together,
yeah.
support one another in the the wellness. I don't want to say the wellness um, parade,
Yeah.
but just to get out there. So
Yeah.
wellness doesn't have to be all woo woo, right?
Right.
It's wellness. We're
Yeah.
in a new age now. It doesn't have to be something that we feel guilty because we are accessing it,
Right.
that we're giving back to ourselves.
Yeah.
So within Fernberry, I offer Reiki treatments and classes, first degree, second degree, and mastership. I've been a Reiki master for 30 years.
Oh, nice.
I teach and um, follow traditional Reiki practices. So
Good.
I studied under one of the first Reiki masters in the West.
Oh,
So I
wow.
really stick to those traditional teaching.
Yeah.
I also offer spiritual healing, mediumship.
Oh, nice.
I offer coaching. And one thing that I'm excited about many things. You'll see my passion come flowing through here. I don't know if you've heard about Mike Dooley and Infinite Possibilities.
Okay.
If you haven't, you got to look at
Yeah.
Notes from the Universe. So I offer his two courses in infinite possibilities and creating the life that you're meant to live. Also, the I Believe in Me program. The I Believe in Me program is infinite possibilities for kids. So
Oh,
there's the elementary version, middle school, and a high school program. And I'm quite excited about offering that. I do cranial sacral as well, but I haven't been offering that as much. I don't want to spread myself too thin. So mainly I've been working on classes and the Reiki treatments. Cranial sacral really changed my life. So I will be offering that again. I suffered a devastating head injury and even lost my ability to read.
oh,
And cranial sacral really made a huge impact to my life. So that's something I'll be offering again. Um, my goodness, I feel like I've got a big bag of offerings.
no, keep
One
going.
of the I do flower readings, and that's something that I was surprised how many people hadn't heard of it, but we're excited about it.
Yeah.
When it comes to going to see someone for treatment or spiritual guidance, a lot of it is just that we get in our own way. So, what a flower reading is, say a group of six people will come to my home or I'll go to their home, and everyone brings a flower.
Oh,
So this flower that they've sat with for say 15 minutes or so that it's picked up on their essence. Now, when they come in, they put it in a vase. So no one knows whose flower is who, except the person that brought the flower. And then I read that flower the same as I would do an individual reading. And it just shows us that sometimes we need to get out of our own way,
yeah.
that our essence is our essence. It's not something that's trapped. It is this beautiful thing that we share in all things that we do and all things that we hold. And some people just want to do it for a night out and have fun,
Yeah.
right? We don't have to read too much into it. It doesn't have to be
Yeah.
this fearful thing. It's
Yeah.
we are energy.
Oh,
We
yeah.
are energy. Energy is all around us.
Absolutely. That's fantastic. Um, okay, so Reiki. So 30 years ago in the West, are you under William Rand? Is your lineage?
I'm sorry, I don't think I know anything about William Rand.
No?
No,
Um,
my for Reiki,
yeah.
my lineage is under Wanya Tuan.
Oh, okay.
So with Reiki, it had in the beginning was just from Grand Reiki Master to Grand Reiki
Right.
Master. So from Dr. Yusui to Dr. Hayashi to
Yeah.
Takata. And then Takata made her first masters so that the um, teachings could be shared.
Yeah.
And Wanya was one of her first masters. So I
Oh,
studied under her.
nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
And
beautiful.
and of course everybody has a Reiki story. Um, I was blessed to be able to spend time with her and live with her. Now, 30 years ago was a long time ago.
Wow.
So I was in my 20s and I was living in a small community called Caslow in the Kootenays.
Oh, yeah.
And for some reason, I knew that I needed this Reiki. I needed to know this teaching. Now, if somebody had said to me then, well, why? Explain it to me. I didn't know. I couldn't put words to it. Well, there's a little restaurant, if anybody's been to Caslow,
Yeah.
called the Treehouse. So I went into the Treehouse and I had heard that there was a girl that worked in the back that she would know a teacher. So this girl comes out who ended up being a very close friend of mine. I said, I'm looking for a Reiki teacher and I'm just searching.
Yeah.
And she said, oh yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, she's there. She's also Swedish. Yeah, yeah, yeah. My mom's at the table at the window. Just go ask her about it.
Oh,
So here, so here's this. Of course, then I'm thinking elderly lady. I'm sure she's young. She was younger then than I am now. And I said, do you know anything about Reiki class? And she said, yes, I can teach you Reiki. Um, Come to my house tomorrow, but I'm leaving for Sweden in 3 days.
oh, wow.
So it was absolutely on my path and meant for me to find.
Yeah.
And of course, that girl in the back was Annalie,
Uh-huh.
also um, a Reiki master, and has been a wonderful teacher and friend for
Aw,
years. So that's my Reiki story.
that's
Yes.
beautiful. You know what? Our stories cross, actually.
Oh,
Yeah, you
really?
know what? 30 years ago, I was in Kelowna. And
Oh,
yeah, and at that exact time, I was 27 and I was at a part in my life where I thought, I've always been interested in Reiki. And at that time, there was no social media, there was no anything you relied on, either the newspaper or, word of mouth, that sort of thing. And I remember coming across the only woman in the area was in Caslow.
oh, for heaven's
And
sakes.
I was looking at that ad and I thought, oh, but I just can't get there. I had no, way to actually travel there at the time. But I remember reaching out and I can't remember, and I'm pretty sure that's the name. I'm like with menopause, I'm kind of off on names at the moment because who remembers 30 years ago, let alone yesterday. But anyways, yeah, that is so neat how at that exact moment I was researching to find a way to find a master as well. I'm a little
Oh
speak.
my gosh, this is wonderful.
Yeah, yeah. I was at my mom and dad's in Kelowna, and
That
yeah, and I just said I really need to do this. And they didn't understand Reiki because older generation and what have you, but it was something I needed to do. And it wasn't till later that I actually found a master, but that at that moment I was researching going there. So
that is phenomenal.
yeah,
Well, and I'll paint you a picture. I don't know, have you been to Caslow?
no,
You've got to go. I mean, it's definitely changed since I lived there. It's become
yeah,
more commercialized, but um it's my I know that it's my soul's home. It's
yeah,
amazing. So Wanya lived in a little red farmhouse in Upper Caslow.
Yeah.
And I mean, you remember, sometimes it's hard for us to remember what it was like in our 20s,
Yeah.
but things move a lot faster for us in our 20s.
They do.
And through her teaching, she would slow me down, and she also taught weaving.
Oh,
And she said, well, I'd ask her a question. Well, come up, we'll weave. And so, you start by you got to start from scratch. You got to get the loom ready,
yeah.
and then during the slow, methodical pace of weaving, the teaching started, and we were working on, is it called the warp, getting it ready.
Okay. Yeah.
And she said, I have these cassettes of Takata teaching when she came to
Oh,
Canada.
oh,
Maybe we should listen to these cassettes.
oh,
And I look back and I soaked it all up, but now I'm in such awe with the experiences that I was able to have
yeah.
through and with Wanya, and just
Oh,
that slow pace, sitting next to a teacher and being in the rhythm of life.
yeah. That's amazing. I'm going to have to go through all my files that I have in storage now to see if I can find that newspaper. Oh my goodness. I'm just in awe, actually. Like, I just find that amazing.
Well, and Wanya had been over in Cherryville before she came over to Caslow.
Okay.
And so um, she lived on a farm, and she had started to do weaving classes there. And then people would come, and then that turned into Reiki classes
Oh,
when Takata came over. And oh, if I could only go back to that time just
oh,
for an afternoon.
oh. I find lately I've been doing that a lot lately is one reminiscing and
Yeah.
remembering different times like 30, 35, even 40 years ago. And different times back then, and they're wonderful times, you know.
Mm.
And I mean, yeah, the world changes, but we still can create wonderful memories and wonderful times.
Well, and especially at our age, because I think we're close to the same age.
Yeah.
And so I have four grown children. And I keep saying to my daughters, but I still feel 36. I think we
Yeah.
all have this age that we
Yeah.
feel inside. And, sometimes when I'm sitting with a cup of coffee and mind's wandering and I'm thinking, oh, geez, these are the things that this is the advice that I could share with my daughters or my grandchildren. And you realize that the world, it's a different world. It's like we're on a different planet now
Yeah.
compared to the one we were in.
Yeah.
So we should take time to celebrate the craziness of the 80s and the
Yeah.
90s,
Oh, yeah.
and realize that it's a patchwork, but we can't lay it over each other,
Yeah.
because it's a totally different context. But how wonderful. I mean, hey, we didn't have phones,
Yeah.
right? We were just
Yeah.
living life.
Yeah.
And we didn't have the fear
Right.
that, the generation that we raised
Yeah.
and the next generation is having to live with.
Yeah.
So, I mean, maybe we had fears, but they were different, like quicksand,
Yeah.
when I
Yeah.
was a kid, that was going to be big in my life. Not so much.
Yeah.
Now, navigating ChatGPT, right?
Yeah.
Who knew that was going to be a big deal?
Yeah. Uh,
But how nice to remember that time back then.
oh yeah. Oh gosh. I can still picture myself in my room when I was reading this paper. I can still see that,
Oh,
and
that's so great.
who would have thought 30 years later I'd be talking about it with you, and enjoying that moment again.
Well, it is such a small world. Like this is the
Yeah.
first time we're speaking,
Yeah.
and I had listened to one of your podcasts, and I think someone was from around Olds.
Okay.
So I was born in Olds.
Oh,
And
you're kidding.
it's like I never even hear that. I never even hear that word
Oh,
anymore, you know? So it's like, yeah, it is a small world. It's a small world, but we're all connected.
that's for sure. Oh, wow. Okay, so in every episode that we do this season, we incorporate gratitude. Well, I certainly know what I'm grateful for today. Is speaking with you. My goodness. So I'm going to ask you a couple questions about gratitude, if that's okay, Cara.
That wonderful.
Okay. So what is one thing that you're truly grateful for in your life?
Connection.
Yeah.
I think um we all yearn for connection. I'm very much an introvert.
Yeah.
So in as much as I'm an introvert, I've had jobs where I've had to, I mean, you're a facilitator. Um, I spent terms on council where yeah, you put yourself out there. But it's that connection, especially being an introvert. It's
Yeah.
like, well, I would really like connection, but I'm so comfy in my
Yeah.
space,
Yeah.
right? And we like to nest and all those things,
Yeah.
and to get connection, we need to reach out and we need to take risk. So as much as um, I will remind everybody every day, be authentically you, be
Yeah.
unapologetically you. Um, I need to also remind myself of that. So it's wanting that connection. My biggest gratitude today, I mean, we've just made connection.
Yeah.
I'm just bubbling inside.
Right?
I I have three grown daughters,
Aw.
and they are so absolutely different and so absolutely amazing. And the way that we can support each other and be straight up and honest and vulnerable,
Yeah.
I am immensely grateful that I have that experience in my life. I have one sister. Now, my sister and I don't have a relationship and have never had a relationship. Yes, we chose to come down and be in a family together. But for some reason, we didn't write that in our contract that we were going to be tight.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I remember being a little girl going into town, into Olds, going
Oh,
into the drugstore,
yeah.
and Hallmark would have these books with the cards.
Oh, yeah.
And there'd be these books on sisters and beautiful pictures, and these girls are so happy. And I thought, I don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't get what that's all about. Then I had daughters, and I remember them being little, 2, 3, and thinking,
Yeah.
that's sisters. And then being able to watch that, nurture that relationship. Um, but also as we go through our years, realize it doesn't have to be a blood sister, right?
Yeah.
I have friendships that those are my sisters.
Yeah.
So the female relationship is something that I'm so very, very grateful for.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Me too. I'm an only child, yeah, well, my parents have passed away, but I was raised an only child, and I find when you finally have or get a connection with like a woman of our age, and it's truly, amazing how it's more than a friend, but it's a
Hmm.
sisterhood. You know what I mean?
Yes,
Like your friend,
absolutely.
not
Absolutely.
blood related, but you're in a sisterhood. And I'm sincerely grateful for those women in my life. And, it's just extreme gratitude for that.
Those people that you can laugh
Yeah.
so hard
Yeah.
that you can't speak,
Oh,
that you can ugly cry with,
yeah.
that you can be brutally honest without fear.
Yeah. Absolutely. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, those are gifts. Those are
Yeah.
absolute gifts.
Yeah. There's people out there that are just, yeah, that's what they are, true gifts, that's for sure. Okay, so I have one more question for you. Um, how can a community gain more gratitude in the world we live in today? How can they find that gratitude during the day?
I think the first thing we need to shift is what we focus on, we create more of.
Yeah.
And it's easy to get sucked into that vortex of negativity.
Yeah.
Part of it feeds our human need for being entertained and excited.
Hmm.
Part of it pulls on our heartstrings because when we see something sad or heart wrenching, we get a guttural response.
Right.
And then we get frustrated because we can't fix all of the evils of the world, all of the sadness. But if we can slow it down and connect with where we are and breathe,
Yeah.
we spend a lot of time promoting this hustle culture, which I don't support the hustle culture. I support the just more than slow it down.
Yeah.
I was talking to somebody the other day and they were explaining a very efficient way of getting things done in the day to get the most things done in the day.
Yeah.
And I'll share with you my way of checking off my to-do list right
Okay.
now. So when I have a list of things to do, I look at each thing. It either is going to take me 15 minutes, 30 minutes, or an hour. Those are the options I give it. I have a bouquet of balloons. Each of those items is a bouquet of balloons.
Oh,
Say the pink balloon is 15 minutes, the blue balloon is an hour. They're all floating around. If I have space, I'll pull one down.
oh,
If I don't, I'm not pulling it down.
yeah.
I am grateful for the moment that I'm here and know that I have free will every second. Anyone our age that has raised children knows laundry will always wait for us.
Yeah.
Our our dirty floors will always wait. If
Yeah.
we don't make it to the grocery store, we're going to make something else.
Yeah.
We have free will and we also have the power to adjust. We have a beehive in the backyard. We raise
Oh,
bees.
nice.
And I will sit and just watch those bees go about their day.
Yeah.
And today it was a hot day, right? Plus it's smoky. They're looking for
Yeah.
water.
Yeah.
And just the simplicity of that is my desk a mess? Yes, absolutely. Was there a book that I meant to read maybe 3 trips ago?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But today I don't choose that. Today I chose to enjoy a good cup of coffee while it was still hot
Yeah.
and watch the bees.
Aw.
Everything will wait for us. And of course, in balance, I'll have to have another day where my balloons get
Yeah.
tugged down quicker than another. But it's free will day every single day. One day might be making a bed on your floor with your kids and watching movies and snuggling and just celebrating the sound of your child's breath.
Yeah.
We get 24 hours today.
Yeah.
We need to enjoy every moment and remind ourselves, guess what? We get another one tomorrow. So if
Yeah.
it didn't get done today,
We'll get done.
it's okay. It's all okay.
That's amazing. My aunt taught me that too. What does not get done today will get done tomorrow. My godmother. Yeah.
Oh, that's so great.
Yeah.
Well, and my mom has passed. She passed last year, but one of the things she would always say to me is, opportunity does not knock once. Opportunity knocks all day long.
Yeah. That's beautiful.
So don't stress over it. If it's meant to be, it's going to come around.
Yeah. That's beautiful, Cara. Well, thank you so much for your wisdom. Really appreciate it. It's been beautiful having you here with me today. And
well, I hope we can have a visit and find more of the
yes,
synchronicities that we've connected and not been aware of.
absolutely. Yes, absolutely. I'm going to make my way to Swift Current and attend that market. Well, thank you so much. And
Fantastic.
I hope to have you back again so we can continue our conversation. Does that sound good?
Oh, I would love it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Cara.
Thank you for joining us today at the Three Moons, Three Souls podcast.